Welcome everyone to session 2 of the Dynamic Encounters podcast. I think we're planning on releasing this back to back with the first episode. So I'll give a quick recap, but hopefully you would have just listened to the first one before this. Last session when we came in with our heroes, they went to Bloodlord Berline Haldoli's house, and she basically she fed them, gave them dinner. And then she gave him a job where one of the farms, old Ergagh's farm, on the outskirts of Greydirge, it had gone silent. They missed shipments. She sent some of her people to investigate, and there was a bunch of zombies running amok, and they couldn't get super close. But from what they could see, there was some damage done on the farm and some bodies out there. So something bad definitely happened. Our party went to this farm, and as they got close, they saw there was a body stuck in a door, and another body on the side of the path that led to the farm. And as they got closer, these bodies sprung to life and were moving to attack the party. Does that sound good for everyone? Does everyone remember that?
Yeah.
But how could you leave out McCurthus? What was the beast's name? The cow? Mickelschmidt?
I have it.
Marshkuta.
Marshkuta.
Yeah, Berline
sounds
also told him that there was a spooky cow that she reanimated named Marshkuta, and she basically said, "Don't fuck with it; it will kill you."
A big boy.
So I have a general question. Why are the writers at Paizo like allergic to naming things something pronounceable? Right? Like
Gary the cow.
Like yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of Gary the cow, but Mershkuta is a little bit rough on the old. Like I have no idea where to start on spelling that.
Yeah.
Also, the farm is called like Ergagh's farm.
Old Ergagh's.
Ergagh's
farm.
Ergagh.
That one's okay. That one's pretty standard.
What do you mean pretty standard? It's two
Ergagh.
G's and an H. Like
Easy to pronounce though. Easy to pronounce.
It's a standard Geb name, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Anyways.
we're going to be getting to this combat in a second, but I think before we jump to this combat, we have 2 points of business that we need to resolve right now. The first thing, you already know what I'm talking about, Andrew.
Yeah, I know.
So our first thing is hero points. So what hero points are in this game? Basically, at the start of every session, every character gets 1 hero point, and then when you make a roll with your d20, if you think like, oh shit, that's a bad roll, you can cash in your hero point, and you can use that to re-roll it.
It's kind of like in D&D 5e where sometimes the DM will say like, oh, you have inspiration, and then you can cash in your inspiration to get advantage on a check.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weaker than that, but it's similar.
It's different because you have to take the second result,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'd say for the average session of one of these games, probably 4 to 5 hours, but we're kind of going for like an hour-long session here. So I'm not going to be giving out hero points every session. So I think we need to come to an agreement. When do we give hero points out?
I think every 20 minutes, right? Like
Yeah.
we can also
Just
earn
wait for
them.
the cooldown. Just wait for the cooldown to go away, and you're good. You get your next 0 point.
We can also earn them from doing like cool shit or like characterful shit,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I know, Andrew, you were very opposed. You were very like vocal about getting them every session. So I'll let you have the floor.
Because I've played previous campaigns before. I played one, and we used them frequently, and we still had a lot of bad things happen to us. Like, if you had a roll where you're like, this roll could kill my character, and you rolled like a 4, you're like, I'm going to hero point that.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to know, like, so I don't think we have to go in every session. You're right. It might not be that big of a deal. But if we do it like every 3-4 sessions, you might want to hand them out more generously than you would normally.
So yeah, what I'm thinking is basically, so this Bloodlord's Adventure Path, it's a 6-book module, and then each book is usually split up into 3 or 4 different sections. I will give one to you guys every section of a book, and then if you do cool shit or something inspirational, I will give you one.
Okay.
How's that sound? Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yeah. It sounds about right.
Sounds like you were gonna
I
say
think that's
something.
fair. I think that's fair.
I mean, I just don't want my character to die, man. That's
There's the other side of hero points is if your character is down and dying, you can spend a hero point to stop dying and stabilize.
I thought, wasn't it? You have to spend them all.
You have to spend all of your hero points, but you have to have at least one
Okay.
available.
Use.
So the problem is we're going to want to hold on to at least one.
At
So
all
having one
times.
will almost be meaningless. Is
Mhm.
the problem.
Just don't spend your hero points.
Don't look at me like that when you say that.
Okay, so it sounds like we came to an agreement on hero points, and I think our next thing we have to do is, with the combat coming up, we have critical hits and critical fumbles that will come up. I have in my hand here the official fumble and critical hit cards. So I think the question is, do we want to use these?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Yes.
Absolutely. They
I-
just add so much spice to it.
I do love them, but I also hate when you like crit and it's like, if you have a slashing weapon, do this. Otherwise, nothing happens. You're like normal.
They're not even used. So's the
Ooh.
the
God,
wrapper
no
on it.
way.
The official second edition critical hit and fumble. This should be
Yeah.
fun.
Are they updated for the re-release of the rules?
Nope.
It's okay. We'll adapt.
I think
We'll
they'll be
adapt.
fun.
keep
As long as there's
We'll be
not
good.
like
We'll be good.
you get decapitated.
No, it'll be like you do like 6 points of positive healing. We'll be like, no, it's vitality now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think my next question then for these, because what I was thinking is since you can technically fumble or crit without rolling a 1 or a 20, do we want to do it so only on a natural 1 or natural 20 we use one of these cards, and then if you fumble by rolling like under 10 of the AC, or you crit by succeeding by 10, that's just regular double damage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
We'll see.
I
if-
think that's better because
I feel like we
It-
get more use out of them that way, but it might also cheapen them.
a big thing is when you're fighting like enemies, like a single enemy that's really strong, you can basically expect it to crit you every hit.
Mhm.
And if it gets to draw a card every time it attacks, that's gonna get insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's only on a 20, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
I didn't even know he had these.
yeah.
I snuck them in here.
You snuck
with
him
my
in. I
backpack.
didn't even know.
Okay then.
Should we explain what they are? Like if somebody doesn't have experience with a critical card, like
well, first I guess explain what happens without these cards if you crit.
oh, okay. So I think generally, in terms of like, I kind of explained damage like critical thresholds earlier. It's the same kind of thing with combat, except the thing that improves your success that improves is your damage output. And the way that works is basically you double all of the damage that your dice would normally do. Which is pretty familiar to like every tabletop system for the most part. Is like you crit. Well, not everyone. All
5e
the
is you just add another die.
no 5e you double.
You double?
You double.
I thought you just added another.
No, you double or you roll the double the amount of dice, but you double. If you're a half orc, you get to add another die because
Right.
you have savage critical.
Okay, I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, and then for these cards, so I just drew the crit card. So if you were doing bludgeoning damage, the target would be sickened 2 and stupefied 2.
Mhm.
If you did piercing damage, it'd be triple damage.
Ooh.
Slashing
damn.
damage, you'd gain momentum. And the target, you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to all attack rolls till the end of your next turn. And if you're using a bomb or a spell, the target would be petrified for the next 10 minutes.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
So it's
That's brutal.
yeah.
pretty cool, but brutal for crits. And let's draw a fumble to see what would happen.
I mean, the basic idea here being that the cards add a special effect to
20 is.
the
Yeah.
our 20s.
I'm glad we limited it to just 20s.
John, let's say you attack. What was it? A melee, a ranged, unarmed, or a spell attack?
It's gonna be a melee strike.
You are slowed
Ooh.
1 until the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
Okay, just for one turn. But yeah, that's rough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is a thing I think in Pathfinder 2e, there are so many conditions. I think if you're not familiar with like a Pathfinder or Starfighter, that sort of thing, like you may not realize, but like this game, like there's so many different conditions in this game and so many different ways that affects combat. It can be really, really like in depth.
Yeah. It's going to be fun, though. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be really happy or really upset, depending on what I draw. And we'll just have to move forward from there. Okay, without any further waiting, let's jump into it and get into the first combat on dynamic encounters. Everyone, please roll for initiative.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, Nico, what'd you get?
So Mathis rolled a 21.
Pretty good.
It's not too shabby.
Pretty good. Andrew, what'd you get?
I rolled a 2, so I got 8.
You're +6 to your initiative?
I am. My perception bonus.
Very
Eight,
perceptive boy
I
there.
am.
8. John, what'd you get?
I am at 24.
Pretty good roll.
Yeah.
Update you with a 24. And then Ryan, what did you get?
I also have a +6 to my initiative, so with a 15, that's another 21.
Hey, high five. +6, +6, +6.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, bud?
I got a +4.
Ah, loser.
Got
Fucking
him.
idiot. I'll just turn around and go back to town.
No, I'm actually an expert in perception already.
Wow.
Okay, and then
I'm
I
gonna
need to
train.
roll for these
Yeah.
2 zombies.
2 zombs.
Let me see really quick what their +2 initiative is. Not great. Okay. Okay.
Wait. So it means we all have like a +2 to wisdom. Oh wait, no. You're a wisdom class. You're just trained.
Yes.
I'm an
Okay.
expert.
Okay. I'm an expert as well.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I'll have you know I'm an expert.
All right, John. You're first up. What's Knick Knack doing?
Okay. So we all pulled out our weapons before we got into this.
Yeah, I'm assuming based on what you knew, you had your weapons out.
Alrighty. Then I'm going to approach the zombie at the door,
Okay.
at the gate here.
Let me just unpause the game for us. By the way, for people that are wondering, we're using the Foundry Virtual Tabletop for this game.
So I'm going to approach this zombie that's standing at the gate and barring our way. And I am going to use one of my class-specific actions called Exploit Vulnerability. So if you don't know, the Thaumaturge kind of has this bend to it where you're a little bit like a monster hunter. Like if you remember, like if anyone's played The Witcher, right? You have like this encyclopedic knowledge of like monsters, where they come from, what their weaknesses are. And my whole character is kind of like, I'm like that, but I'm a conspiracy theorist and like a crazy magic guy, and I just know random bits and pieces about every little bit of magic and thing around the world. So when I exploit vulnerability, I use one of my tools as a thaumaturge, my implement, and I make a check to see if I can determine what a creature's vulnerabilities and resistances are, and then I get to exploit those. So I am going to roll my esoteric lore against this character's DC by level.
Okay.
And I rolled a 2, so that'll be 9.
You are not sure.
Okay. In which case, if I fail, I know nothing. Oh, but you know what I can do is I can exploit a personal antithesis. So instead of yeah, I know it gets so. When I use exploit vulnerability, I can do one of two things. I can either exploit existing vulnerabilities that the creature has, or I can make up my own on the spot.
And then when you exploit those vulnerabilities, there's 3 more additional things that you might be able to do.
So when I do this, basically I get they become vulnerable to my attacks because I produce a piece of esoterica. So like for this zombie, I'm gonna
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna pull out like a religious symbol and like put it into the light of my furnace and burn it, okay? And that'll create sensor smoke.
Is it a lamp or a furnace?
Oh, it's a lamp. It's a lantern. So I'll put it in the light of my lantern. And now it gains vulnerability to my attacks equal to 2 plus half my level, but we're at first level, so 2.
Okay,
Okay. Now I'm gonna make my attack roll.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a natural 20. Plus,
I mean, it's a critical
There's
hit.
no chance. So your 4th roll is now a 20, as well as your 2nd and 3rd rolls.
I think we
Hey,
need to
keep it
get
going,
the
man.
dice commission.
No, keep it
Um,
going. Keep it going.
So 26 to hit. You said it's a crit.
Well, you got a natural 20. That's a crit card.
Oh, it's a crit card.
Oh shit!
Already
This
using-
early, first attack of the
I
whole
genuinely think you're
campaign.
cheating.
Yeah, where'd you say you got these dice from?
Okay, I got
Where'd you
the
get that?
crit card out. What damage were you doing?
I would do slashing.
Slashing. So tangled. You can attempt to grapple the target as a free action. This uses the same multiple attack penalty as your attack and doesn't count towards your multiple attack penalty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I still do regular double damage. I need both my hands to do anything at all.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you do the double damage then if
Okay.
you want it.
In which case I'm gonna do 8 plus 5 is 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
Slashing, yeah.
So this was
Plus 2 because of my implement's empowerment. Plus 2 because of my personal antithesis.
So 17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're cheating.
Thaumaturge is a great class. I tell you how much damage the creature takes, and you say
you
yes.
immediately you decapitate this zombie immediately. You
That's
slash
it.
it right. You go right for the neck, and this thing goes down.
Perfect.
Cheater. So one of those zombies is dead. Next up is Ryan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Because
Oh my
There's
God.
more.
We're not done yet.
There is always more. Because I have diverse lore as my class feat, it means that anytime I exploit vulnerability against a creature, it checks against its recall knowledge, and if it succeeds, I know about the resistances and weaknesses of every creature. I get a free recall knowledge check basically.
Okay.
I failed though.
Yes.
Okay.
I
I told you it's a good class.
I'm just excited for when if people actually listen to this and they just start calling you on all your shit and how you're playing.
you better be sure that you know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I really hope you're right, John. Otherwise, you're going to be fucking arguing with someone online. Okay, Ryan, that first zombie goes down. What are you doing?
So my turn is going to be a little bit more simple. I'm going to cast Needle Darts. Keep my range, protect our resident Oracle.
So what does needle darts do?
Yeah, so Needle Darts is a spell unique to Pathfinder 2E. It allows you to shape 3 needles out of a piece of metal in your possession and send them flying in a tight group toward one target. I happen to have a chunk of steel in my hand, so that will be the material used. However, if I had, say, silver or cold iron, they could impart the properties of that metal onto the weapon, and they would be used to override the enemy's strengths.
Sick.
Okay.
Send them flying.
Yeah, so
Roll the hit.
spell attack roll, so that will be natural 20.
What the fuck is going on right now?
I gotta see this. Let me show-
I see it.
That's fucked up.
That's a 20.
That's fucked up. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna get a 1 if I'm lucky.
We just
You having fun on him?
draw a crit card.
So this spell actually does have a critical success. So the target will take double damage and 1 bleed damage per turn if it were a living creature.
I'm not drawing a card for this. Just do your double damage.
No, draw a card. Come on.
Fine.
Right.
broke out of.
So the rule is
Because there might be a benefit to him that
That's
lasts.
true. I don't think it'll matter, but we'll see.
But we'll see.
So this was a spell.
damage. Don't tell me you just got
Oh,
3
my-
4s.
I did max damage. That's 12 damage.
Okay, so 12 points of damage, and this is what kind of damage is this?
Piercing.
Okay, and then for your critical effect, now you see me, you become invisible until the end of your next turn, or until you do perform a hostile action.
Now, if so his spell has a critical effect attached to it. Does he get the option to choose between the two? So either his effect or that crit card, or how do we want to?
I don't know.
I think probably you choose one or the other. Like
That's what I would say.
either you get the effect of the card or you get double damage. Right? Like you choose the card or you just get, a standard crit. Like,
No, but the spell's effect is double damage. Some spells have some other effect that's not double damage.
right.
I think.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So the special, I mean, the
I think if you choose the card, it overwrites any.
it does,
bonuses.
but I'm just reading through the
Yeah.
special rules right now. Critical hit, it'll still deal double damage unless the card specifically states it doesn't.
Okay.
So you always do the double damage in addition to whatever the effect. of
Yeah.
the
And then
card
any
is.
crit effect that attacker spell has that's canceled out, and the spell or the card overrides that.
Okay, so essentially instead of the bleed damage, I would become invisible for that round instead until
Yes.
I take a hostile action.
Yes.
Okay.
So you obliterate this zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 24 points of damage right there.
Yeah, so it's like 1 in the skull, 1 in the forehead, 2 in the eyes, and it just explodes its skull off.
Yeah, so the
Like
zombie's
grouping.
also dead.
Guys, we're great at this.
Apparently, we
I
just
don't-
really know how to roll dice.
Nico and Andrew, I don't give a shit what you guys want to do because the fight's over.
Yeah, let's keep rolling 20s.
Makes
I
it
think
easier
they're like
This game's easy.
it's like the winning
that's
strategy,
secret
right?
to winning, yeah.
Yeah, just crit all the time.
I don't know if we want to do any more investigating on them, or maybe just approach the gate now.
I would like to move up to detect damage to see, detect magic to see if there was any magic cast on them for them to break control of their What are they called again? The catch
The corpse tenders.
corpse tenders. Yeah, to see if there was any magic used to have them break control or.
Yeah, I mean, if you cast detect magic other than just the necromancy that was used to reanimate them, there's nothing. There's nothing else present.
Can I take this opportunity to recall knowledge on them now, or do I have to wait for a fight?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, did you already? You already failed though against them, right?
Oh, is that what? Oh, okay.
That's,
and then
yeah.
I
Once you
can't-
fail, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Bummer.
I have not recalled knowledge on them yet, though.
Okay. Would you like to do that?
I would totally like to do that if that's alright.
Sure.
It is religion, right?
Yeah, religion to recall knowledge on these guys.
12?
They're definitely zombies.
Oh. Interesting.
I'm gonna approach the door.
Okay. The gate, yeah, it's slightly ajar, and the other one opens up
I think
pretty
it's
easily.
probably fairly safe to just walk in at this point.
To enter.
You sure about that?
I don't
Totally
know.
safe
I mean,
now.
looking at the gate, does it look like
Hold on. This is we're about to be lulled into a false sense of security here. Don't forget about
100%.
Marshkuta, okay?
Never
Marshkuta?
forget Marshkuta.
Can we notice any tracks around the gate by Marshkuta? Like, can we confirm that it doesn't seem like she got
Give
out?
me survival.
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 And just to keep in mind as well, I am using the detect magic exploration
Exploration.
activities. So
Oh, yeah, there you go. Got a one.
Yeah, I'll let you know if there's any magic.
okay.
Wasn't wrong when I said I'd get a one.
Um,
With my +1 to survival, that makes a 2.
I will roll, and I'm guessing I can use my pursue a lead
Sure.
if I'm looking for tracks for the cow. 4?
I mean, there's definitely tracks. You spot tracks. You're not sure if they were going, like they're coming here or going around. They're just tracks kind of all over. It looks like a panic basically,
Okay.
but you don't. Doesn't look like there's any cow tracks.
I'm just gonna take the scout action at this point in time.
Sure.
Yeah, and then, shall we?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's, take a look.
Yeah, I'll be doing the search action as we're walking around into this through this gate.
So
I
as we
will
get through the
investigate.
gate,
I'm
'cause-
definitely going to be tending to the back of the groups though, because I'm a little bit squishy. So I'll be behind everyone.
as we get through this gate, is there anything in particular we see? Anything that stands out?
Like what do you?
Like what are these buildings? I can see a couple of buildings on the map here.
Sure. So moving in, it looks like. So you can see as you walk in, you can see to your left and to your right. There appears to be two barns. On one of them, it looks like there was never any doors on it, and on the other barn, it looks like the door's been severely damaged, and you can see it's slightly ajar.
Okay.
In the middle of this kind of courtyard, you can see, it looks like there at one point was like a ring, and it looked like they had like a wooden fence, to form it, but that fence has been pretty messed up.
Okay. So, do we think like if we were able to rebuild this ring, like very like ramshackle, put it back together, and do you think the undead could like climb over it? Would they be like? Are we dealing with like DayZ undead? Like where are we?
I think these are more like World War Z zombies.
Shit.
Yeah,
I mean, no,
this
they're
little wooden
like
circle's not
Walking
stopping
Dead
them.
zombies. Like
Okay.
yeah.
So they
Okay,
kind
so
of
they'll be
just
stopped by an
stumble.
obstacle.
It
yeah.
would buy us like an extra maybe, like they would need to move an extra 15 feet to get to one of the openings.
Bear in mind, I didn't say which season of Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure in the later seasons they had zombies that could
Climb. And
climb.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. Okay, we have a building to our right here. That's the one with the door that looks like it's busted open.
The one to your
It would be to our left.
That'd be to your
walking
left.
into the gate.
I
my
guess
left.
when you're looking at the map, it looks like you're right, but that'd be to your character's left. You're
Okay.
right. When looking at the
Okay.
map.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would be interested in probably exploring that first. But you said the door was open, so as we slowly get towards it, I want to like listen out to see if I can hear any commotion inside or movement or activity of really any kind. Mainly, I don't know, like a monstrous cow shuffling around in there.
Sure.
I have my ears perked up for monstrous cow noises.
Yeah, give me that perception check as you're approaching.
Okay. 16.
It sounds like a large creature is shuffling around in the side of the
Okay.
barn.
Okay. Let's set it ablaze. Just kidding.
Should we not approach the barn?
So this barn, when you said like the door looks like it's busted open, is it like a barn door, like a huge door, or is it like a human door?
It's a huge door like a barn door, but it's on. I think most barn doors kind of. Well, I guess it depends. Some of them slide. This one, it's on hinges. It swings out.
Okay. And when you say it's busted open, does it look like it's like knocked off its hinges, or there's like a cow-shaped hole in the door?
Yeah, it's like a Looney Tunes hole. It's still on its hinges, but you can definitely see there's damage to the hinges, and it looks like on the barn where it once, like when you close the door, you could lock it to the barn.
Okay.
That part that it would lock to has been busted off the barn.
Okay. You said you heard large animal noises. Everything else here is going to be like zombies or people.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is
This
where
is the cow.
Markushka is. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to move to a different to the other barn.
Okay,
With no doors.
You're gonna leave. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did Berline say that the cow would be immediately hostile towards us?
She said
Or
it was
just
pretty
more
much.
be cautious because it might.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She
Okay.
did say that it was quite difficult to tame.
Should
It
we
will
take care?
kill
Should we
us.
try to
The
tackle
other
it?
option is like if the door is open, we can try to close it before, like, without going in. We know it's in here. Close it, try to use rope to like tie it shut or something, secure it, deal with everything else and come back.
It's
Or just deal with it now.
If it
It's
nearly
busted
blew it
open.
off of its
Oh, it's
hinges,
busted open.
The lock's busted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's avoid Marshkuta.
Yeah.
Moshkuta?
Everything we've heard about
Moshkuta.
recently has signaled to us that we should avoid fighting this creature.
Fair enough.
All right. Should we explore the western side of the farm then?
Sounds like you guys are being cowards. I just want to get that on the record.
I, would
I
vote
think we
that
can-
we are
I don't
fresh
think we
right
need-
now. Should we try and tackle this hurdle while we are still?
That's the thing. We're gonna get weakened if we go and fight a bunch of other zombies. And it seems like
I
actually
don't like the look Adam's giving us.
I've been very vocal about my opinion. I think this is a bad
I
idea.
also feel it's a bad idea.
Maybe when we're level 6, we can come back
Yeah,
and
let's
kill
just remember this.
Marshkuta.
Let's throw this on the
Yeah.
back.
We know where Marshkuta is. Run us
Okay,
through this.
let's move on.
Let's move on.
Okay.
All right, let's
ignore
we'll go we'll loop
It
back.
sounds, as you guys leave, it sounds like you hear like sad cow noises coming from inside the barn.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, so I think instead of going to this left barn, then we'll just go across this little path to the barn on our right when we walk through the gate.
Yeah, you guys will circle back to this barn. You can see there looks like there were doors on this one at one point, but they've been completely knocked off.
Okay.
The hinges. As you guys peer in, you can see the north and south walls of this low building are demolished. North of the building, which is where you guys are, as you approach it, you can see a small corpse in a dark gray cloak and leather armor is impaled in the outer stone wall with a 3-foot long cattle horn.
Yikes.
Okay.
Its cloak is in tatters, and much of the flesh of its legs has been gnawed away. Dried blood and gore pools beneath its skeletal dangling feet. Inside the building, there's a dozen leather saddle-like contraptions, each with numerous straps and buckles.
Most saddle-like contraptions.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a saddle, but it's
not.
not.
I thought he said satellite contraption.
Satellite.
So I was
Satellite
like,
radio.
It's a
wow,
very advanced
very
farm.
advanced.
And then in addition to all these like numerous straps and buckle, these contraptions, there's several more that are on the ground, and they look all like crushed and tangled in just a heap of rubble from the broken doors.
So this corpse that's impaled up against the wall.
Sure.
Yeah. Are they? Is it a halfling corpse by any
It
chance?
looks like a small humanoid.
Shit. Okay. What was her cousin's name?
Oh.
It was
Braddock?
Braddock. Yeah, Braddock.
Okay. Can I'm shit at medicine. Can I recall knowledge on medicine? No, it feels like an extension.
Does anyone have medicine?
I do. So it would be a
Yeah.
medicine check to try to identify the body.
I mean, if you want to see if they're dead or alive.
Oh, I guess
yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Didn't- okay, yeah.
I would like to aid if that's possible.
Sure. Yeah. If you wanna aid.
Hey, all right. So I got
Well,
a.
before you say, let him roll his aid check first.
Mhm.
Give me a little bit of help here.
Oh, that's a good sound.
18. So, anyways,
And just I guess really
well-
quick for the aid action. So whenever anyone attempts a skill check, you could say you want to aid them, and
So
you
you
said
have to
that
accept my help first.
I accept your help always.
is
what-
it like first edition where it's just a 10 or higher to aid, or you just have to beat the DC?
No, so
15.
yeah, I have
DC
that up
15?
here.
Okay.
So I
You
did
can
not beat
critically
that.
fail to
I-
aid and make it worse.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I rolled a 9, so I have no effect on
Not a
this.
critical fail, but
All right. So without the help there, I still rolled a 14 plus 4, so 18.
so
How they doing?
You're pretty sure they're dead based on the amount of blood on the ground, and you don't see like their chest rising from breathing or anything.
Mm.
You're fairly certain that they're dead.
They're gone.
Okay, I would like to do two things. The first is
that
to
open up 4 more things.
yeah. The first is to just I want to take that cattle horn. I want to wrench it out of his corpse and then put it in my backpack.
Okay.
You
You have a 3-foot cattle horn now, and the
Okay.
body just boom hits the ground.
yeah. The next thing I would like to do is just search the corpse to see if there's anything that I could use to like does it have a holy symbol that would tie it to Berlin? Berlin? What do we-
Berlin.
Berlin. Something that would tie it to Berlin, some way of identifying him. If he has something on his body that would help us say like this is Braddock.
Yeah. Give me
suppose
a
we
perception
should've-
check. as
We
you're
should have
thinking of bloody.
asked. But I guess we didn't expect this.
It is a 13 plus 6, 19.
Okay, so you find 2 things on him.
Okay.
First thing you find is a signet ring with the Haldoli like family crest on it.
Okay.
So to answer your question, yeah, you do have something that would probably tie back to him.
Well, that could be anybody's.
The second thing is in his right hand, you find a piece of torn, looks like he like ripped red cloth from somewhere, and it's clutched in his hand, and it looks like it's there's some dirt and blood on it.
Okay. A piece of red cloth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is anything it's just like red cloth. Is there any kind of check I could make to see if like this red cloth has any special attributes to it?
No, I mean, do you want to
No.
take it and look at it?
Like I can detect magic on it.
Why do you yeah, detect magic on it before I say I take and look at it.
He's just smiling at you.
Yeah. The worst thing that could ever happen is the DM looks at you, confirms the action you're taking, and smiles.
There's no magic.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
take it and look
Okay.
at it.
So you take it and you kind of, pat it a little bit, clean that dirt and blood off. And what you see is on this red cloth, you see a small symbol of a hand. It's embroidered on it with like a white thread, and the hand is it's missing half of its pinky finger.
The hand is missing half of its pinky.
Mm.
Is
Yeah.
this something that we would know? Like, would we recognize this
Yeah,
Give
but the-
me a society check.
society check?
Is there a relevant lore skill that I could use?
Lore skill zombie, perchance?
So this
Like,
kind
is
of-
this a religion? Is this a because I
This
can
would be society.
okay?
Society.
Is it recall knowledge or is it just a society
Just
check?
society check. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of recall knowledge,
Because with diverse lore, I can recall knowledge on any subject with a penalty.
except for this subject. What did everyone else get?
I got a 3. Mathis ain't rolling too hot today.
23.
I got a 19.
19. You guys aren't sure what this symbol is.
No.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, well, we'll
Um,
keep it, put it in one of your bags, knick-knack.
Can I take a minute actually? Because
Sure.
I can pursue 2 leads if I want. And I might choose this cloth as my second lead.
Okay.
So I will take a minute, look over it, and I will put my second lead down as the red cloth.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. No problem. I'm assuming Knickknack is holding on to this red cloth.
Yeah. You can assume if there's any small things that need to be held on to, knickknack's your guy.
Yeah, if there's any, knickknacks that need to be held on to, then I think knickknack. will
Oh,
hold on
is
to it.
that? Did you pick up on the idea behind the name? Yeah.
Oh, no, I did. I
Oh,
did.
okay.
Okay, and then moving.
So nothing else of interest in here.
So looking in this barn, give me Give me like a religion check, I guess, on those like saddle like
On the
contraptions.
satellites.
On the satellites, yeah.
Yeah. That was my metal die.
Oh.
I got a 24.
Hmm.
Natural 20.
So
BT dubs.
So you would know that these contraptions are used by the corpse tenders to kind of like help them control the zombies. So they're like saddles for people.
Oh, like the zombies, like the zombies will carry you.
Not so much
Or
carry
just
you,
more of like to control,
just to help
control
maneuver them and stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, so you can kind of they have like handles on the back, and you can kind
Now,
of like.
here's my
kind of
question.
those
Here's my
harness
question.
backpacks
Are we
kids wear?
able to maybe take some of these, get some undead to lug some shit around for us?
Yeah, we could
Well,
probably.
you know
do that.
these undead are the property of Berline, so you don't
No,
want to steal from a
She
lord.
did, yeah, Berline, the weirdest thing, it seemed like there was like a barn with no satellite contraptions in it.
She did ask us to try and like save the zombies if possible, or like not destroy them.
She did ask us to try to keep as many of them.
She
as
also
we
did
can.
say like I could just reanimate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it seems
Probably
like
not
she
a
doesn't
good
want to do that though.
Yeah.
So like we know this barn exists.
We are aware.
Just don't forget about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's some checks you can make to figure out how to like restore parts of the barn. So if anyone has crafting or farming lore,
Oh, these are lore checks? Yeah, I'll do a crafting lore check.
yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay, so with diverse lore, let me
we
just
go.
explain. I get to use esoteric lore for anything. Basically, the idea is I've heard bits and bobs through my work about every sort of thing that there is under the sun, and I don't know everything, but I know a little bit, just enough to be dangerous. So I'm gonna roll esoteric lore, which is another 2. So it's +7 -2, so it's 7 is my roll.
Okay,
So I recall nothing.
correct.
Oh, but I have dubious knowledge.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
What's dubious knowledge?
Dubious knowledge is my feat. Whenever I use esoteric lore, I get to apply dubious knowledge. I hate that my character is just me telling you the rules of the game very slowly. So basically, everything that I say is a little bit questionable. I never know absolutely nothing when I make a recall knowledge check unless I critically fail. When I just normally fail, I learn one thing that is true and one thing that is absolutely false. So it's a real coin flip.
So you can either fix this barn or you will destroy it.
Yeah. So, I mean, would that imply in the setting? It's not really like you can't really tell me something about like fixing the barn that's true and false.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I don't think it really.
Straw is actually a very structurally integral material in the walls of barns.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really know what anything I possibly give you that's a dubious will very evidently be
Okay.
dubious. So
I
yeah.
got
Something like this support needs to be fixed when it.
Well, the supports are good. It's mostly the doors that need to be fixed. So.
Oh.
I got a 17 on my crafting.
Oh, perfect. Now we're talking over here.
And no, I didn't roll some whack check for it either. I just rolled
So,
crafting.
Andrew, what you identify with your crafting check is you can see that a lot of these saddle-like contraptions, most of them aren't actually broken. They're kind of just slightly damaged and kind of like haphazardly strewn about. You think if you were to take like 10, 15 minutes, you could probably fix a lot of these, if not all of them up.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm assuming you guys, that's
I'll,
a later problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
look to the others and
We'll
I'll
probably
say,
worry about restoration afterwards.
we could restore this after, once we know it's safe.
Lovely.
But is there much point in restoring them after? Right, if we kill all the zombies, we don't really need the zombie harnesses.
Right, but I guess the next, like, eventually this farm's gonna be back operational.
Yeah,
again,
Berline,
so
Berline will
still
just
need 'em.
reanimate them all, and then she'll need harnesses.
Okay, fair enough.
The
fair enough.
damage is minimal.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's gonna have a new
Kill
zombie
the
named
zombies,
Braddock.
save the equipment.
Is that what they taught you at
That's what they
school?
taught
Yeah. All right. Should we keep
All right.
exploring?
I think we move on. We'll keep going west
Cool.
and see what the next building that we come across is.
All right, so you
So
guys
I'm gonna let you guys go in front of me though.
start heading.
Oh yeah,
west.
I'm gonna try and stay ahead of the group always because of the lantern.
Yeah, I think Knick-Knack and
If you guys want to stop there, hang on, let me just pause the game for a second. So as you
Absolutely.
guys start heading west, so what you can see, you see it looks like 4 grain silos. And then there's 2 on either side. and then you also see a another gate, and it looks like the gate is slammed shut on a corpse.
Okay, well they've gotten me with this trick before.
You're not gonna get me twice.
In addition to that, you also see by the silos, it looks like there's 3 carts, and it looks like they're not fully loaded, but there's some stuff has been loaded on these carts.
Okay, I would like to
Like what kind of stuff? Just farm supplies.
You'd have to get closer. You can't
You have to
really
get
tell.
closer.
Yeah, because you guys are about like what 50 feet away from them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
you're
or
not
take.
exactly sure.
Okay, so what I want to do is, without approaching any further, I kind of want to just skirt down the side of the barn here and see if there's any sort of like, corpses or anything hanging out in between the carts, and hanging out in the surroundings.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Wait,
Okay.
before you do that perception check though, I'm gonna cast guidance. So I'm gonna give you just a +1 to that roll, essentially.
Sweet. Also, by the way, I have the lantern on. You're making checks whenever I cross anything hidden.
Yep.
Okay. That's 19 plus 1 from. Is that what kind of bonus is that?
Just a +1 status bonus to perception check.
That sucks. Okay, so if it was circumstance, I could get +2, but +1.
Explain why.
It's the lantern. The lantern does a status. Actually, we should talk about bonus types, right? Is that relevant?
We can
Yeah.
talk about it later.
We can talk about it later.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, so 19 plus 6 plus 1 is 26.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do math. I promise.
So what you can see is you kind of go down the side of the barn to get a better view of these carts,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see what appears to be well, it looks like there are quite a few bodies kind of like dispersed around the carts,
Okay.
and you can see what looks like 2 dogs and a horse just chomping down
on the corpses.
on the corpses. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. They don't seem to respond to me at all, right?
No, at this, yeah, you're pretty far out. They're not paying you any attention.
Okay. How do we want to do this? You want to like hit him with some we could ready actions and like hit him with some long range spells, right? Or you want to try and avoid the combat?
I don't think we could ignore them.
Yeah, that's
No.
that's what I'm thinking.
I feel like we should have a discussion in character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I seem to have spotted some undead creatures in amongst the carts. How would you like to approach this?
Judging on how the previous encounter went, I don't think we have much to worry about.
I mean, fair enough.
I don't think we can ignore them. If we ignore them, they'll tear up anyone else who comes through here.
And I think the worst possible scenario would be if we were to fight the cow and these were to approach us from the rear, boxing us in.
I think we should go to the barn where the cow's at.
Who are you?
Well, okay.
Who is that?
How about I'll approach slightly closer, and you prepare some ranged actions. Do the thing with the needles again.
We'll go
I
in
will
together.
prepare a needle dart.
Mhm.
We'll go in together.
Yeah. Okay. So can we move up? Basically, we'll go slow. We'll like try and. Should we make a stealth check actually to see how
We
close
can
we can
try to
get?
sneak up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, let me make a stealth check to sneak. Go ahead.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I will
So
not be
who's-
doing that.
So hang on. So who's sneaking and who's chilling back and trying to lob some like spells or fire? with
The
a
only
bow?
thing is, I don't think I have any spells that can reach that far. How far is that? Let's get the old ruler out.
Okay, I'm gonna make the stealth check while he's getting the ruler
I
out.
will
That's
also
about
make that.
80 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like
I was so incorrect.
That's cocked. Okay. I rolled an 11.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Ooh, very nice.
kind of middling
Not
rolls.
great.
That is 80 feet. They're
So-
about 80 feet away from us right now.
It really makes me upset because I saw you draw that and you're not using the ruler tool.
I know. I was but it's measurement controls. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
You were using the like line
I'm using
tool
the
if you're like
ray.
casting like lightning bolt or
Rectangle
something.
template.
Okay, when you select your character, it's the third option. So go to the top. This is gonna be great for the people who are listening.
No, they all-
Time to learn how to use Foundry.
Yeah, because this is the audio.
just
Foundry
gauging the
tutorial.
distance between some of the character
Yeah.
tokens on the map that we're using to track all of this
Mhm.
combat and whatnot. But okay, yeah. So they're about 80 feet away from the front line. So where Knick-Knack and
Yeah.
Iggy are.
So we can all step up sort of to the edge of the barn safely, and then I think
We'll move forward.
yeah, Iggy and I will step down and a little bit closer because we have to engage in melee.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Given our roles, like how far do you think we could advance before? Because we're gonna move to that position. Then
We'll
we're gonna,
move until
and then
he
the
tells us
combat
to
will
stop,
start.
Yeah.
I'll say with you. So it's just you two moving up though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can probably get up about like 20 feet before they start.
All right.
With their rolls, with
With
what
the-
they rolled.
Yeah. You guys,
Okay.
yeah. So if you guys sneak up, and then I guess Nico and
What
Ryan.
about without a roll?
I'm not telling you.
Mhm.
80 feet away. That's pretty far. Like you could probably just step up like 10, 15 feet closer.
How many feet are you trying to get without a roll?
60 would be sick.
Trying to
Sure.
get 60 feet of movement.
60 feet away from them. So
Oh.
20 feet of movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
roll up.
You can get up within 60 feet, and then this horse and these dogs. Once you, John and Andrew, once Knick-Knack and
Iggy.
Izzy,
Iggy.
Igzy. Once you two get within 20 feet of these zombified critters, they stop eating their meal and they will look up and move in on you guys.
Alright. Oh, we have to roll initiative.
And so it
So-
begins.
Yeah, I guess everyone please roll for initiative for the second time.
Absolutely.
Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna
Oh,
get.
hey, as a heads up, I was
Lovely.
taking the scouting action this whole time, so everybody gets +1.
So what do you do or say?
Well, I literally told you guys there's zombies up ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
You did.
That's true.
We kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, right?
I rolled a 1.
Well, hey, it's a 2 at least.
It's not great.
Alrighty. John, what did you get for your initiative?
21.
Did you 21 last time?
Nope, I got 24 last time.
Oh, we're slowly bringing
Yeah,
that average
so cool.
down.
Yeah, I know.
So you got 21. Andrew, what did you get?
I got 8.
Nothing wrong with an 8. Except that it sucks.
The minimum possible roll.
Ryan, what'd you get?
No,
I
it could have
rolled
been a
12.
7.
You're right.
12 for. Oh, you already had 12. Perfect. And then Nico, what did Mathis get?
Mathis got a 16.
16. Okay. And then I just need to roll very quickly for these guys. Let's roll for the dogs. Okay. 2 dogs and then the horse. Cool. John, what's your plus to
Here's a rule clarification. Enemies always win ties.
enemies always win ties? Oh,
Yep.
I don't care what your plus is because the horse is going first.
Damn it.
So the zombie horse, let's see what he wants to do.
Though if I did had to be beaten in combat by anybody, it would be the zombie, horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
I somehow beat the zombie hounds. I don't
You know, I don't think we really explained this in the first combat, so I think we can explain here how combat works.
Sure.
So most creatures have 3 actions, and most things usually take like 1 action, depending on what you're doing. So
So like stride is to our movement action. It takes 1 action to move your move speed, or strike is to hit a creature and it takes 1 action to make an attack.
right, yeah, and then other stuff like you want to open a door, that's an action. You want to draw a weapon, that's an action. And then usually when you take multiple attacks, on every subsequent attack after your first one, it's an additional -5 on your plus to hit. And yeah, then I think for how
Yeah.
spells work is depending on the amount of components a spell has. That's how many actions it takes.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's like vocal,
Mhm.
vocal and somatic components.
Some
is
spells
2
have
action
various
spell.
cast times as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then with Pathfinder, there's a whole bevy of like, you can demoralize and you can
Right.
like, there's a whole bunch of combat actions that use other skills
Mhm.
that are very like unique and niche.
Okay.
This is the part at the beginning of every sort of combat where the DM has to pull out like 6 character sheets.
Yup.
And it's like, okay, who's going first? What are we
Am I
doing?
murdering?
The calm before the storm.
Yeah. You just sit in silence and go, I hope he's not reading a special feature
It's
right
me.
now.
It's gonna be me. Yeah.
All
You
of
started
them
it.
have lair
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah, oh my god.
Am I- Oh, there it is. It was hidden. Okay, I was trying to find the move speed. So this horse is going to stride 30 feet. You guys are only 25 feet away, so it's gonna go up to. Oh god. Let me just zoom in. Who's the green token? I gotta zoom in a little bit.
That's me.
Okay. This horse is going to try and bite you with its jaw.
Please no.
Knick-knack.
Already scared.
Knick-knack does a 12 hit.
No.
Okay. So the horse will first action will move up. Second action it will bite, and it won't take a third action. It'll end its turn.
Okay. Is it me?
Next up is you, John. Please. go ahead.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try and exploit vulnerability. So I'm gonna roll esoteric lore against its level DC, 15.
15. Got it on the nose.
Got it on the nose. Okay. That compares. So I recall knowledge if I succeed.
Sure. Yep.
So the first thing is with my exploit vulnerability, you tell me its highest weakness. If there's multiple, you just tell me one of them.
Okay. I'll tell you the one that I think matters most to you. Its weakness. It'll take 10 additional points of damage if the source of damage is slashing.
Slashing. Okay.
Ooh.
Then I get an automatic recall knowledge check because I succeeded my exploit.
Sure.
So what can I ask with recall knowledge? I can ask sort of one more weakness or resistance.
You can ask whatever you want.
Okay.
See if I want to give it to you.
Common ones are like highest or lowest save,
Oh, okay.
stuff
Okay.
like that, because you want to know
Uh,
what spells to use on.
Yeah.
it or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, we'll do that. What's its lowest save?
Its lowest save. Here they are. Its lowest save is a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. Okay.
Good to know.
And then I'm gonna make an attack, one
Sure.
strike, I should say. What's my bonus? Does 11 hit?
Miss.
Miss. Okay, and then I will make a second attack. Does a 14 hit?
Factor in the -5.
Yeah, that's
Oh, perfect.
that's-
Yeah, the 14 will hit.
Then
And what weapon do you have again?
I have a longsword, which will do slashing damage.
Okay. You don't want to stab it with a sword?
Oh, actually, how does this? This is an issue.
Versatile.
No. So, the way that my class works is when I successfully exploit vulnerability, it takes the vulnerability damage no matter what.
Mhm.
So do I get it twice when I use a No, I just get it once with a slashing weapon. Okay, well that's less fun.
You
'Cause
want
it
to do
means-
extra 20?
Yeah,
damage?
I'd rather do an extra 20 damage. Okay, that is 6 points of slash. Oh no, sorry. +5. It's 11 points of slashing.
Okay, so 21 points of slashing damage.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll call that out. Use slashing damage against the horse.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, who's that?
Who was that, guys?
Yeah, it was the kid playing by the cow barn.
Oh no.
Mathis, you're up.
All right. So I think I'm actually good with my location. And I think since this is surprisingly effective, I think I'm also going to use needle darts on the undead horse. So, yeah, I'm gonna roll,
Roll the hit.
please. 17.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Lovely. 3d4 damage. 3d4 piercing damage. Oh, and I do have 3d4s. All right, we got 7.
7 points of damage, and that's piercing, you said, right?
And that is piercing. And I'm also, because that's 2 actions for that cantrip, I'm also going to cast shield. So that's going to essentially give me a +1 to my AC. And I don't need to be holding a shield because it's a magical shield. And it also gives me the ability to use shield block as a reaction. And so the shield that I get from this like magical force is hardness 5. So essentially I can use a reaction to negate 5 damage. But then I can't use this shield spell anymore for 10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, this like barrier of energy just appears
Yeah.
around you. Okay. Next up is Ryan.
Alrighty, so I'm going to stride up to the combat around 10 feet, and I will use my second action to cast, or I guess my second and third action to cast Forbidding Ward on Knick-Knack. This raises his AC by 1 against the skeleton or the zombie horse.
Nice.
Okay, and is it 2 actions to cast that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're good then. All right, and then last up of the PCs is Andrew.
All right. The first action I will take is my investigator action, which is devise a stratagem. So I'll explain that quickly. I get 2 for 1 action. I get to roll a d20, see what that result is, and if I want, I can use that result, or I'm forced to use that result if I strike the target. So, for example, I will devise a stratagem on the horse, and I rolled a 10, which is pretty good. So, I can add my intelligence to hit now, and to damage. So, if I look and I see 10 plus my intelligence, and my attack roll would be 17 to hit, I think 17's going to hit.
Sure about that?
I think so.
You sure about that?
I think 17
Yeah.
will hit the horse, actually. So I know now I have a 10 against this horse if I want to cash it in.
Are you gonna
So,
cash it in?
That is 1 action. My second action, I will strike the horse with my dueling sword.
Okay,
So 17 to hit.
that'll hit.
Beautiful. And then I will do...
So Andrew, if you struck the horse, like your first time, are you forced to cash in your stratagem?
If I strike the horse, I must use whatever the roll is.
Okay, okay.
If I went to strike another target, I would
Mhm.
not have to use that roll.
But
I
you
could
couldn't
reroll.
save it for like your second attack. You have to use it.
Has to be used on the next attack against that target.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I will do 1d8 plus if I attack a target that I devised a stratagem on, I do an extra 1d6 damage.
Mhm.
And I don't think I had my intelligence to damage. Let me double check that. No. I can add my intelligence modifier to the attack roll. Okay. So I will deal 4 plus 4, 8 slashing damage.
18 slashing damage, I think is what you meant to say.
Oh, no, you apply the vulnerability after.
Okay, so
still
that's
up.
good.
And
It
then
is
I
still
have
up.
one more action. And because my gauntlet bow has the parry trait, I'll spend an action to parry. Increase my AC by 1.
Okay, so that will be your turn. Next up, both of these zombie hounds. The dogs are gonna go. This first one. It is going to run along the right side of the horse. And it was going to try and close in on you, Knick-Knack. I just want to make sure I'm not giving it... Okay, that's speed. Just going to run along on the right side of the horse. And it'll get right there. So it runs up there, and it's going to try and bite you.
Okay.
Knick-Knack.
So Knick-Knack's now surrounded.
And the +1 AC is only against the horse, right?
Yes, only
Okay.
against the horse. It also works against like saving throws against it, spells, other effects.
Alrighty.
Okay, so it goes up 25 feet, and then it is going to strike at you with its jaw. I got a 15 to hit.
Miss.
What's your AC?
18.
What the heck?
What the heck?
Then next up is the other zombie hound. It is going to run up on the left side of the horse, and it's going to close in on our investigator. Andrew, this horse is going to attempt to bite you. And a little bit better of a roll. 19 to hit.
It's exactly.
Perfect.
With the parry. It almost saved me.
Okay. And it will do 6 points of piercing damage
Ouch.
with its jaw, and then it can't do that because it is out of actions. Okay. End of round 1. Now we're gonna start round 2, and it is the zombie horse again. John, do you want to be even or odd?
I'll be even.
All right. If I roll an even number, it's gonna attack you.
Okay.
4, so the horse is going to attack you.
That's good. That's okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
great.
Bring it, horse. Bring it. I got a +1 AC.
Okay, horse is going to attempt to bite you. First attack. 20 to hit.
Damn it.
Oh.
I talked too big.
Uh-oh.
All right. So hey, let me just double check this ability here. Okay. So from that bite, it will deal. Where's my D8? 12 points of damage. I rolled a max damage.
Shit. Guys, I hate to inform you,
Here
but
we
I am
go.
officially below half.
Oh no! From one hit.
Oh god.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
And then with its next attack, it's going to use a special attack called Chomp on the Bone.
Damn it.
Oh fuck. And you're all bone, so
So it's going to bite down,
big
but
target.
this will be with a minus.
got plenty of
So-
options which bone he wants to bite down on.
Oh, that's 18 to hit.
My AC is
The
19
forbidding
right
ward
now.
saved.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
just because of that
Damn.
forbidding ward, it bites into like that barrier of like magical energy, and it just misses you.
Wow.
Oh god.
Almost had to go back to the
All right.
drawing board there.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool. I'm not playing my favorite race in class right now. I'm not worried about dying at all.
You're up, Knick-Knack.
Okay. My first action is I'm gonna make one attack against this guy.
Sure. Miss.
19 plus.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Well, actually, what is it? Could be a crit.
Yeah, let me check real quick. 19 plus 6, so 25.
That is a critical hit. Beat
Damn.
its AC by 10.
Okay. In which case, I also Oh, okay. This is an interesting question.
Mhm.
My implements empowerment gives me +2 damage per damage die. Does that include when I double when I crit, or do I double the dice?
You double.
Yeah, just double. Okay.
Yeah. Damage
Um,
die means when you start getting more damage die on your weapon.
okay.
Yeah.
So in which case, I do 5 plus 7. I do 12 points of damage.
12 points damage.
It's
plus-
slashing, so plus
that
10.
You kill this horse.
Okay. Cool.
Do you want to describe how you kill the horse for us?
Yeah. So I assume that it's like gnawing on my arm, and I lop its head off from that earlier cut that I made into its mane. I'm just like, enough of that, and I got the horse head on my arm. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back with my second action.
What's it called now? It's not a 5.
Just a step.
Just a
It's
step.
just a step.
That is 5
Which
feet.
yeah, in
First
Pathfinder, the way that you disengage without like getting an opportunity attack provoked on you is you take a step backwards.
Well, I guess remember in second edition, not a lot of things have attacks of opportunity.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's better to
So
be.
do you want to just walk away? Do you want to risk it?
No, I'm gonna take a nice gentle step back because
Okay.
I have 2 actions here, and then I'm gonna take a 25-foot move to our healer.
Hail Mary.
Um,
Okay, and that's your turn.
that is my turn.
All right, next up, Nico. What are you doing to these 2 zombie dogs?
All right. I honestly might try to. Do I want to move up?
You're supposed to pick out what you want to do on your turn. during
Yeah. So
other
what I'm gonna
people's
do is
turns.
I'm going to I'm gonna try to daze the one that is separated from Andrew. So it's gonna be a will save.
Okay. What tags does the daze spell have?
Mental, non-lethal,
Okay.
manipulate.
You attempt to daze it, and it looks like it had no effect on the.
He's,
zombie
he's mindless. Okay. Then is it a one action thing to treat wounds on John?
I don't know.
Can't do that in a
Can't
fight.
do that in
Yeah,
combat.
I don't
unless
think
you
Unless
have,
you have
You
combat
need
medic.
battlefield healing.
Yeah, I think
I don't
it
have
takes
that.
a minute to treat wounds, I believe. So that's like outside of
takes
combat.
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I think I will.
You feel like an idiot that your daze didn't work.
Yeah, my days didn't work, and now I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do? Yeah, I might give you guidance, Andrew.
Ooh. Take a little guidance.
Guide him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Thank
give you
you.
guidance. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
give you guidance.
How do you guide him? What do you?
You got this. You. Well, I'm sorry. You got this.
Mhm.
You can do it. It's just 2 undead dogs, and you're out there by yourself. But the odds are, I've never been
Where
more
did
in your
Nick
favor.
Away.
Okay. Moving on to combat. Ryan,
Okay. So I am going to stride up a little bit to put myself in between Knick-Knack and the zombie hounds.
Right. So you're moving up 15 feet.
And then I will concentrate and use my cleric font to cast harm with a range of 30 feet and heal Knick-Knack. So by concentrating it in kind of upcasts the spell a little bit, gives it a range of 30 feet rather than touch, and it gives me an extra 8 hit points to give back to John. So for a total of
Wow.
15 points.
Oh,
Damn.
that'll do it.
Are you back up at full?
I'm back up at full.
Yeah. Okay. So that was your turn. Andrew, what are you doing with these two dogs in
Alright.
front of you?
So first things first, I'm going to devise a stratagem on the dog in front of me that
Okay.
I'm engaged with. That is a 16, which I will definitely keep. But what I forgot to do last round is the feat I took at level 1 is called Known Weakness. Anytime I devise a stratagem on a target, I can recall knowledge for free instead of spending an action on it. So the next thing I will do is attempt to recall knowledge
For free?
for free.
Mm.
What check would it be?
Religion for these dogs. Yeah.
12.
12. Let me just click its character sheet. A 12 is a fail, so you're
Gotcha.
not. You're definitely undead.
All right, so I will cash in 16 plus 7. Mental math.
You also have
24.
guidance.
I
Oh,
do have
23.
guidance. So 23, but I
Plus
will
1.
use guidance, and it is a 24 to hit.
24 to hit is a critical hit.
Critical hit. Beautiful. Roll damage.
Did the
here.
+1 get that?
No.
Oh, I want to believe it did though.
It did. It did.
Okay, so I will slash out with my weapon here. And I
Those
will
those
do-
dice they
really-
jingle
they
really
really
well.
do.
It's like bells.
So
It's really nice.
it'll be 26 points of damage.
you,
Slashing damage.
you skewer this dog.
Wonderful.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of crits today.
I rolled a 7 and a 6 on damage.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the dog didn't have a lot
Didn't
of
have that
crit.
much health. Yeah.
Didn't have it in
All
him.
right. And then for my third and final action, I will once again parry.
Okay.
And keep my
so
guard
that
up.
was your turn, and then the dog that's still remaining, it is going to step up to you. It was originally engaged with Knick-Knack, steps up to you, and it is going to try and chow down on you. Its attack. Let me roll. Ooh, 9 to hit. Is a 9 hit?
No.
Rolling like crap. Okay, that will miss, and that is the dog's turn. John, you're up.
Yeah.
Knick-Knack.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is exploit vulnerability on the dogs.
Sure.
Okay. My roll is 19 plus 7 and 26.
That's a success.
Okay, and it's a free recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a critical success by any chance?
It is a critical success.
Okay, and then I know all of their weaknesses and all of their resistances.
Okay. They have no resistances.
Okay.
For weaknesses of these zombie dogs, they if you do slashing damage, it does 5 more points of damage, and if also from vitality, which it used to be positive energy, it's called vitality now. They'll do an extra 5 points of damage.
Okay. My attacks automatically trigger that vulnerability.
Okay.
In which case, I'm gonna stride up to him, and I will make one attack.
Sure.
It's gonna be 11 plus 6.
That'll hit.
17. Okay. That is it's 8 points.
8 points damage.
Mhm.
Okay, then plus the 5, so 13.
Mhm.
13 points of damage. Then Nico, you're up. Put this dog down.
Oh, gladly. So I'll move up a little bit closer. And I will hit it with the classic needle dart.
Is that a first level spell or a cantrip needle?
It's a
dart?
cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay.
It's a cantrip. Oh boy. 12.
Miss. Your needle dart just whizzes over the dog and it sticks into one of the
My
wagons.
3 needle darts
Your
whiz
3 needle
over the
darts.
dog.
Whiz over the dog right into the wagon.
And then I'm just gonna No, I can't do anything.
That's
'cause
it,
those
right,
three
yeah.
actions. Yep. Move and then the 2 actions.
Ryan, you're up.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll go with another needle darts.
We just
Popular
pass-
call around these parts.
We just be tossing needles.
You know what
here.
though? I have to be. It's like super cool that you could just like pick a chunk of any metal
Just
and
shoot
then
it over
like
the-
yeah, that's such a cool thing.
Oh man.
That is a
Yeah, especially because if you have
23 to
like
hit.
23 to hit. That'll hit and it will be a crit.
Ooh, something
Uh,
to keep in mind.
It's dead.
He's firing through an ally,
Oh, he is firing through an ally.
which is 1 higher AC for the creature.
What'd you get to hit?
23, right?
Won't be a crit then.
Ooh,
But
okay.
it's still
so it does
prob-
matter.
It's
Mhm.
still probably dead. Thanks for reminding. You know, Andrew, thanks for reminding me. Take
Take a hero point. Oh,
Take a
no,
hero
thank
point.
you.
oh
Uh,
boy.
That's
that
gonna
will
be
still be 9 points of piercing damage.
It is dead.
All right.
It had 5 hit points left.
that hero point is gonna be the easiest hero point we earn. Like
We're never getting
we're
another
never
one.
getting another one.
That's a
Nothing is
lot,
ever gonna
bro.
come to us that easy ever again.
Last hero point I'll ever see.
Okay, and that is the end of the second fight.
So I got these like special dice just for this campaign, and they're weird shapes, so they could be like skeletons. I really like the skeleton character. I don't know if anyone's picked this up yet. And I've been trying to use them, but I can't recognize which one's the D8 in the dice box. So
Oh.
I'm constantly grabbing other dice because I have no clue.
They are definitely the most uniquely shaped dice that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Okay. So yeah, what do you guys want to do next?
Now that we're closer to the cards, can we see if there was maybe one of the orders or the supplies that were being shipped out?
Yeah, so you go up to the cart. You're a dwarf. You're a little shorter, so you kind of like step up on your tippy toes to peer over, and we'll find out what you see in episode 3.